Hey everybody, good to see you. You guys having a good day? So far I am. I had one person say when I said, hey, I'm gonna go see Mammoth, I'm gonna see Wolfgang Van Halen's band play, and so I said I'd be gone for a few days, and someone said, let us know how it is, and I'm like, okay. So I guess this is just, I'm still new to this. I just wanted to make music for me and then for some of my students to enjoy. And thanks to Amagansett Press, a lot of people have got it. Not a ton of people. There's still a lot of YouTube channels that have a lot more. But I have an audience, and it's been really great whenever I post something. Hearing people comment on different things, and that's great. So thanks for listening. Thanks for staying. I seriously thought after the big bump from Amagansett Press that people were going to move on, but I've been steadily maintaining and growing. So I'm okay not being super famous. This isn't our main thing. But anyhow, I had an exciting couple of fun days. I went to a concert in Lincoln at Pinnacle Bank Arena. I don't get to go to shows very much. I'm busy teaching. I'm busy with ministry. My hobby, I don't go out and party. I'm sober. I make music. I play my toys right here when I'm having fun. So, and I don't have enough time to do that. Yeah, you check out this toy. Yeah, I have an organ in my apartment. So, yeah, people just wanted to hear. More people have been wanting to know this stuff. So, this is weird for me, but yeah. So I went to a concert. Saw it was Mammoth. That's Wolfgang Van Halen's band. And then Daughtry, and then Creed. Now, here's my history. I'm a big Van Halen fan. I love Eddie Van Halen. I never got to see him live, and I've regretted that. And I just, I called up a couple friends and said, hey, I'll buy your tickets if you guys go with me. I don't want to go alone. And so I did. I bought their tickets, and I got to see Wolfie. Wolfie does not play his dad's music, but he solos like his dad. He's got the same smile. And it was fun. The two people I went with, they were all like, well, is he going to play his dad's music? No. And they're like, oh. And I said, just watch him solo. Watch him solo. And I tell you, when he solos, he does a little wink. He has the same smile as dad. He's going, he's playing that. And seeing both my friends just go. And I'm like, yeah. It's kind of like the Lion King, Simba, he lives in you, that's, so it was really cool to see Mammoth. There's more, but Daughtry is someone I don't dislike. I don't dislike Daughtry. He's got an interesting story. Kind of radio-friendly music, not bad songs, but I've never gone out of my way to listen to Daughtry. Usually his music is what I hear whenever I'm at Applebee's with coworkers. That's what's all playing over the speakers is Daughtry. So, yeah, Daughtry, I'm like, okay. And then Creed, I've actually followed Creed. I wouldn't say I'm a Creed fan. It was when I was in high school, someone gave me my own prison and said, hey, you can have this. And I'm like, free music? Okay, no problem. What I didn't know was in school you were mocked big time for liking Creed. Just people were like, Creed sucks, they're terrible, blah, 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 blah. And it was, yeah, and here's the thing. I didn't think they were that bad. Creed's not the greatest, but they know how to make a radio hit. And they're good-looking fellas. That helps them, They have the image, and they can market their sound. That's why they're successful, and that's okay. I'm okay if people don't like Creed, but I don't think you should mock people who like Creed. So I'm not a Creed fan, but I know a lot about Creed, and I was impressed. They played lots of their older catalog, and then they did their hits at the end, but it was for full-on fans of Creed, not casual fans. What I liked about it is last year they played a concert at Stir Cove in Council Bluffs. One of my guitar students was at that concert, and Tremonti pulled up my student and gave him a guitar, which, whoa, that's so cool. So that made Creed go up. So I would say I like Woofy. I liked his dad more, but Woofy, and his concert boosted. I will say after seeing him live, he only had 7 songs, but they were amazing. They were tight. His band was tight. Yeah, his band's a bunch of hired guns, but those were some good hired guns. They were tight. It was 7. Wow, they were great. Daughtry was all right. Daughtry was Daughtry. And Creed, they had cool visuals, and Creed was Creed. They sounded all bands sounded very much like their studio recording. They were very good live performances. And like I said, I don't dislike Daughtry. Creed, Wolfie, I liked. Now I like more. Daughtry, not terrible. Okay, And Creed, pretty good, but they're not. I wasn't there for Creed. I was there for Wolfie, and I swear everyone had Creed t-shirts on, and I was the only one who came wearing Van Halen stuff. I had a Van Halen shirt, and I had a Mammoth, because that's Wolfie's band's name. It was the original name for Van Halen, by the way, which was cool too. But so I had both. But one of my friends, here's just a cool story about the show. I usually like to buy a pick because it's hard to get a pick at a show. You can't just, and the picks are sold out from Mammoth, and I went to the merch booth and they're all sold out. And one of the people I brought to the show with me happened to know a guy that was working the concert. He was a drum tech. He invented a drum mic. And I met the guy. He says, "You want to come over and meet him?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I said, "If you can't do this, buddy, I know you just met you. You owe me nothing, but I've been wanting to buy picks. The picks are sold out. Could you get me a pick or something from Wolfie's band, from Mammoth? Could you please? And if not, no problem. I'm not entitled to anything." And he's like, "Yeah, during the turnaround, I'll ask. I'll see if I can do that, And I'm like, cool. And I let it go. And anyhow, my new friend of a friend that was on the inside, which is really cool. I was in the cheap seats at the balcony. I couldn't afford the meet and greets for Wolfie. And also, Wolfie doesn't do a one-on-one meet and greet. He struggles with some social anxiety stuff. His between songs banter was kind of awkward. I think Lucky Ducky does better at talking between songs, maybe too good at that. But it was fun to watch that still. But he doesn't even do even a meet and greet with him. You're not going to have a guaranteed, But anyhow, what happened was, and by the way, when I usually buy a pick from shows, and because I couldn't buy them, I got these. My friend of a friend that was on the inside as a drum tech, he got me 2 picks. I bought this to keep them in, and I hang them on my wall. That's how I preserve it. But just 2 Mammoth picks. It's got a little crab with an eye. It says Mammoth. This one, he scored the end, so it's grippy. I do the same thing, so that was cool. And they're from his bassist and guitarist. And pretty much my new friend of a friend who was working the show said, "Hey, those are from his guitarist and bassist." I asked Wolfie, and he felt really bad. He said, "I gave the rest of my picks out already to the fans. I threw them out, but give me a second." And Wolfie Van Halen gave my friend a friend, said, "Give that guy this for me. This is a set list from the Hartford show on the 22nd, right when we heard it, Ozzy died, and I sang Mama, I'm Coming Home for Ozzy. Give that to him." And he got this out of his case. It's creased, because he even folded it, had it in his case. He just give this to him. He'll know what this is. And it's not signed because it was a hurry, but it's a set list. I got picks, and Eddie's son, Wolfgang Van Halen, said, "I can't give him a pick. I'm out. I threw them all out, but give him this. This is from Wolfie." He didn't even know me. I've been a fan of his dad for years. I'm a fan of him now, and now I'm a fan for life for Wolfie. Very cool set list, so I'm going to put this in a frame, which that's very cool. I love that, so thank you, Wolfie, and I want to thank my new friend who helped me from the inside to get that. So got 2 picks from his band, and then from him a set list. So that's something, set lists are something special. It's something the artist actually has used. And that's kind of cool, even though it's a piece of paper. And then while this was going down, Daughtry was setting up. He goes, "Hey, this guy sounds cool. Give him a pick from me." Okay, so, okay, thanks, Daughtry. So I didn't get anything from Creed, but like I said last year, one of my students got a free guitar from Tremonti at a concert. So Creed's all right in my book. They're all right. So very cool experience. to break that cycle, to not get that from the meet and greet, but just to going there and, hey, the person I bought a ticket for has a friend that's on the inside. Hey, can we? Probably not, but let's try. And oh, we got it. So that was a good cherished memory. I'm going to always remember that. Been a Van Halen fan for life, and I never got to see Eddie. Eddie's influenced so much for me and for his son to do that. And I swear, next time Mammoth, Wolfgang Van Halen, is going to be in town or in close, I'm going again. And I'm going to probably buy his physical media now. I'm fanboying over Wolfgang Van Halen now because of this. So, nice job. You treat your fans this way and they will be fans for life. So that's great. So that's what it was. And then the next day, I had a fan say, do you want to go to Husker Fan Day? Now, I'm a big Nebraska Cornhuskers fan, and yes, we've been terrible the last few years. Yes, in the 90s, we were unstoppable monsters. Things have been bad. Hopefully, we're in a better direction now. I'm not going to talk trash. Nebraska fans are classy. Most of us are. I'm one of them. I do, by the way, have a podcast that I've had for the last few years for Nebraska football. It only happens during football season, though it's not full-time. It's called The Bug Pod. Just look that up on all streaming. I didn't want to plug it out front, but since it's organically coming in, if you like Nebraska football, it's on there. Our gimmick is we keep it only a half hour to an hour. We keep it short, whereas most podcasts drag on for 3 hours. Our thing is we get the Husker talk done efficiently for you. So that's just kind of what it is. But I went to Fan Day. You get to meet the players, walk around, and got some cool swag. I got some autographs. I was actually lucky to get in the Dylan Raiola line, and I had him sign on the end right here, and got a lot of superstars from the Huskers. We got Heinrich Harburg and Carter Nelson, the two Nebraska boys. We got Rocco Spindler, the 5-star offensive tackle. We got Pritchett, the guy from Alabama who transferred. So I didn't get the whole team, but I got a big chunk of offensive players. And we got Dylan, right center. This is going to be framed too. I'm a Husker fan. I know a lot of you aren't. And then also, I got some free stickers from the event. So some cool things right there. And then some free posters. The posters aren't as cool. They're both, the offense and defense are the same style, but it's free and it looks like a movie poster. That's pretty sick for free. I'll put that in a little frame right there. And yeah, that's the other one. Swag is always good. Free stuff is always good. So that's exciting. So I've had a couple fun days. People wanted to know. And it was fun to share. While I was going through the concert and the Fan Day, I was like, boy, I should be like one of those influencers that has the GoPro here. And I'm like, yo, it's your boy. I'm at the Husker Fan Day and look, all the Huskers. You know, part of me thought maybe I should do that. But I'm like, no, we weren't setting out to do this. That's a little much, at least at this point. So you'll have the recap from me on that. In other news, the band is back together. We didn't break up. It's just Lucky Ducky Creek Band. I hired them to say, hey, I got some songs and I've dreamed about making an album and just putting it out there. No one's going to hear it. We're not going to go viral or anything. And whoa, what happened, you know? So when I brought them aboard, it was just for a passion project. I paid them out of my own dime. We recorded it on home recording equipment, no studio, because Grand Island, we don't really have a lot of options. So that's kind of what happened with there. And then I said, can we perform for my students? So for my private lesson students. So that's a thing. And then Amagansett Press showed up and we took off a little, and I've had to really look at being an artist. And so Lucky Ducky Creek Band is primarily my thing. I am Lucky Ducky. James Hollis, isn't a great stage name. So when I perform, so it's a little bit separate from my ministry, it's Lucky Ducky. So yeah. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to write some more music, and I'm still writing, and I'm going to play. And like I said, it's low rent. It's me playing with I'm going to try to keep giving you content now that you're watching. And if it's just me playing, that's all right. But anyhow, the band's back together. In September, we're going to record a Christmas album for you, but this is going to be a video album. It's going to be a video performance. It's going to be called A Lucky Ducky Christmas. There'll be 11 Christmas songs on this. Half sacred, half secular, so a little bit something for everybody, and one original, one written by me. And we'll probably drop it sometime about Christmas time. We're going to record it in advance, edit it, get it pretty decent for you. But it's going to be real. Don't expect super polished, but it's going to be us having some fun. So we got Maddie back. We got Kieran back. We've also invited David and Sarah into the band to kind of boost the instrumentals. I know Mike had to move to Fairbury, Nebraska. So we've had a little bit of a lineup change already. But like I said, with Lucky Ducky Creek Band, I'm Lucky Ducky. I'll keep it going. And the creek, keeps flowing. It might have different members. It might have different turns. But that's what it is. So if ever, after Christmas this summer, I am also visiting Mike, one of the founding members of Lucky Ducky Creek Band in Fairbury. And I will record a just solo album. Reason why the band's not on that, it's not tensions with the band. It's a little much to ask them to drive to Fairbury with me and record. He's got the equipment. He's helping me set up my own equipment. So we won't be as reliant on him for future things. So that's what's coming. Christmas, you have a Christmas album. And then this summer, you'll have a solo album. So for people that aren't signed, that's a lot of output. That's like 3 albums in 2 years. So, and it's free. It's free. So there you go. If you want to support this more, if you want to show, you can buy a official Lucky Ducky Trucky hat down there in the description too. Right there. But, yeah. It's good to have you talking, and it felt really good to have someone say, tell us how that concert is. And it feels good to have you guys listen to the music. So let me know what other kind of things you'd like to see. I do have to report back to duty this Wednesday. Teachers at my school have to come back, so I'm off summer break officially Wednesday. I'm trying to enjoy the last of my freedom these last 2 days. I have a couple private lessons, but I'm binging the new King of the Hill revival on Hulu, and it's superb so far. I love it. So I'm going to get back to that. So very, very cool. So until then, look at Kieran's stuff. Look at Maddie's stuff. Look on Facebook, Rapid Fire Mike's stuff. And we'll have Christmas stuff coming out for you. Maybe you'll get to see a little appearance by the band while we're recording our Christmas album for you. And golly, I like each and every one of you. And just remember, don't stop being awesome. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for all your positivity on that. It's been a very cool summer. I didn't get famous. It wasn't life-changing, but I gained a lot of friends through you guys. And to know that my music, people think it's at least not terrible. Some people think it's pretty good. So that's good. I know it's not ready for big time. I don't think it ever will be, but if it's not terrible or pretty good, I can live with that. I can live with that. So, by the way, shout out to an Omaha band from some of my friends, Riptide Refugees. They're a fun cover band. Check them out. They're a lot of fun. I'm all about sharing the wealth too. So if people are watching me, I want you to see my friends too, because all my friends are way more talented and cooler than me. They're cooler than I'll ever be, but you guys are the coolest. And I like all of you, just the way you are. And thanks again. Stay lucky and stay ducky. Quack!